If you spend more time doing cardio than you do strength training, you might want to flip those two around. And if you want to know why, then make sure you tune into this episode. Grab your coffee. It's going to be a good one.
Can't wait to talk about this one.
You should be able to give us some insights with all of your experience.
Controversy? Yeah. For sure.
For sure. Anyways, you guys, welcome to Candidly with Coffee, episode 530. Is it 533? 533. Oh, goodness. But it's like flying by all these
It's
episodes.
crazy. We've crossed over. First, we're on a road to 500, right? Mm-hmm. And we hit it. And now we're on the threshold of one day we're going to have 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of talking.
That's a lot of jibber jabbering, yakking on here.
That's a lot of yakety yak.
We both like to talk, though, so
We do.
easy work.
That's what makes it easy, or else this would be...
I like to make you ladies laugh and clown and just be myself.
Yeah, you do. You do make them laugh.
Because you imagine, like, if we someday some corporation wanted to pick us up and like, oh, we'll pay X amount of dollars, but you got to do it our way and scripted. I couldn't do it. I'm like, sorry, I got to be me.
No, I don't know. That would be tough.
I can't do scripted shit.
Or like be
I don't like it.
dictated or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, if you are newer to our show, because we do have a lot of newer listeners and viewers of our show, we are, this show is kind of a casual, fun way of talking about nutrition and fitness.
Yeah.
Because the topic can be very boring. This is not a science podcast or like a super educational, although it is educational. It's not, it's just, I don't personally enjoy listening to episodes that are super, like, feel like I'm in school, like podcasts.
Like, could you imagine just even the stuff that I'm studying in ASM right now, if I try to repeat it on this podcast, these people will be like, snooze.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Snooze fest.
It can get boring because I have to reread it. I'm like, oh my, we really have to know all this about alcohol? Yes, we know it's dangerous and it's toxic.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know I do listen to podcasts to expand my knowledge, but it's just not where I don't want this to be one of those shows. I want this show to be entertainment.
And this and this and that, and you have to do this and vote. No, none of that. We want to have fun.
Yeah, so if you're new to the show, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you stick around because we do love doing this. We have 2 episodes a week, very consistently, and you're going to get some information, you're going to get some value, but you're also hopefully going to have some fun and some laughs.
Yeah, grab your coffee, like got mine right there. Grab your coffee, kick back, and chill out with us.
Yep, so my BBC 13 is officially off and running. Today is officially day 1, and it's 8 weeks long, and I'm excited for the new crew.
Some whip cracking. The ladies.
The first week is
the first week's the baby roller coaster.
The first week is tough.
Yeah.
The first week is tough on me because it's just a lot of questions, and
I bet.
You know what I was thinking about, because I already started getting some questions, and it just boggles my mind sometimes, though, how people don't expect to be confused. You should be confused when you start something new.
When I take on a potential new client, I say, hey, listen, you don't learn things the first day when you go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
You're not going to know the curriculum. You have no idea what's coming.
Right.
You just know to show up and learn.
Right.
Show up and learn.
Yeah.
Show up and learn. Open your mind up. That's it.
Yeah.
Just relax.
And
you will learn.
Be okay with the fact that you are going to feel confused. There's nothing new you could ever try. I mean, even if you went to McDonald's and they moved their menu around, you'd be confused. Like anything that's different or new is going to cause some confusion.
That's a good point right there. Let me stay on that. On McDonald's, by the way.
I'm going to get
because real quick, McDonald's has that new, you could walk up and do your order on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm walking to the counter doing old school. We're not doing that. I'm not trying to sit here and figure out how to do that. When I haven't went in so long, but I saw that they have those screens.
When
now.
did you see that? When did you go to McDonald's?
Shit, it's probably been like a year.
Oh,
since I actually physically walked in, or longer. But I remember they have these little like kiosks. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to the counter. Old school. Because, some old school people, older people even than us, they're trying to figure that out.
No, that they're not. But, man, now I'm thinking about McDonald's. The smell when you walk into a McDonald's is just delightful.
Yeah, it is. You can't beat that smell.
No,
it's that grease. That's why. That grease trap.
Oh, it's so good, though.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
My burgers are a close second.
They're good. Your burgers are very good.
They're good.
I think I'm going to have one tonight.
They're good.
You have them, right? You have more?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, burger fries. I always feel like I'm eating like In-N-Out when I have your burger.
Well, I got the formula down how to reheat them and not over.
Oh, good.
How to not dry them out. There's a little trick that I came up with. I don't know how I thought about it, and I just tried it and it worked. You know, you got to experiment with things.
Oh man, I'm excited.
I'll give you guys a quick little tip while I'm on it. Just if you're gonna cook a bunch of burgers like I do, a bunch of patties, cook them medium. Don't overcook them. When you reheat them, wrap them in aluminum foil, maybe tiny little space, not much, and throw them in the air fryer for like 12 minutes at like 350, and it keeps the juices in there.
Well, I'll let you know, because you're gonna reheat mine tonight.
Yes.
So my BBC 13 is off and running. If you are interested in BBC 14, I have a wait list up already. So you can put your name up on the wait list because the wait list will always get a little something extra if you were on the wait list when you sign up. So if you're interested, I know I had a lot of people who are like, damn, I'm not going to make it to the BBC 13 because of summer vacation or whatever, but I want to do 14. So yeah, make sure you get on the list.
They're scared to commit or not, or they can't commit right now at the moment, huh?
Because I mean,
like you said, you got to be ready. Mm-hmm. You really do got to be ready. That's the honest truth. When it comes down to, you really got to be all in. No half stepping.
Yeah, no, or you're not going to get anything out of it.
No, you're not.
And let me tell you this, it's not enjoyable for me for people to join and not get any value.
Right. It's
not enjoyable. I don't like it.
Me neither.
I like to see people participating. I don't like to see people fall off. So I'm not trying to convince people that are not ready to do a program to do a program.
Yeah, I know. Or what's even tougher, and I'm battling with somebody right now, it's like, why would you do so good and all of a sudden just kind of fall off, man? You're almost there.
Yeah.
Why? It's like, come on, man, don't do that.
Oh, but that's going to happen. You're just going to have to accept that.
Of course.
You got to let those go, though. You cannot spend your energy on somebody that doesn't want it.
Well, like the saying goes, you can't save everybody.
No, you can't. Use that energy. Like, you got to let that person be.
Yeah.
And use that energy on somebody else. And you know what? I'll tell you what has happened in my experience. I let them go peacefully, and guess what happens 50% of the time, I would say? They come back.
Yeah.
They come back.
Yeah.
They come back 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road. I swear, all of the names I saw on BBC, they were all familiar names to me at some point.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder why that is. I guess life takes over their mental, and they just give in, or something happens,
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I feel like it takes people a lot of starts and stops and restarts before it clicks sometimes.
Yeah. On another note, how's your group doing? My group had some success.
Oh, my group, my one-on-ones?
Yes.
They had such a good week.
Me too.
Such a good week.
For the most part, except one.
Some of them like completely blew me away.
Really?
Yeah,
you told me about one.
Yeah, but multiple. I mean, more that since I haven't talked to you about them yet, but just some really good weeks, and it just feels so good that it was like the holidays over.
Yes, thank
We're
goodness.
on a real
Finally.
week,
The next big holiday is not till Labor Day, I believe, and that's end of August, early September.
It's early September.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thank goodness.
But we are currently taking coaching clients. But
yes,
the best way to determine if you want to do our program is book a call. Book a call because, like we just said, we want you to be ready. We want to make sure we're a fit for you. You're a fit for us because it's not a fun process if you get a client that's just not on board.
Yeah, I know.
So we try to, I like to get on the phone with them if I can. So if you go to my website, JanineEscobar.com, you could book a call. You could book a call with Mike, EscoElite.com. It could be men or women. So if you prefer like Mike's style, he coaches men and women. I coach men and women. So
coaching is coaching.
Coaching is coaching. And though, if you have a partner or a husband, a domestic partner, someone that's living with you, and you want to do it together, reach out because we have special packages for couples.
Yes, we do.
So before I forget, make sure you guys check out our Patreon show. Patreon is our show is called Off Topic on Patreon. It's unfiltered, uncensored. We do a weekly episode plus after shows over there. So head over to patreon.com/off topic. I think it's off_topic. It might be not. I don't know. I'll put the link in the description. But and check that out.
You had a blank right now.
I did. I had a total brain fart. Oh my goodness. All right. Hot coffee topic. Let's talk about inflation for a little bit. I read a story about this guy that went to reorder his exact grocery order, which was 45 items from 2022. And when you reorder on the website, you could just click on reorder and it adds all of those items to the cart.
Yeah.
In 2022, the order total was $126. And now, when he went to reorder the exact order, what do you think the total was 2 years later?
Don't say like $166.
$414.
They're gouging. I think there's a lot of people taking advantage right now with using that inflation shit.
Yeah.
McDonald's got called out for that.
Because they're using...
Yes.
Oh, inflation.
Yeah.
It's impossible that inflation would be 4X in 2 years.
No.
Come on.
Yeah. They're
no
gouging.
way.
Somebody's gouging. For sure. I truly believe that.
I know, because this was an Instacart. I bet you Instacart has jacked up their cushion. You know, they add a lot of money. I stopped using Instacart because of that. So I think I used to buy the dog's dog food, and I had always bought it on Instacart. So I didn't ever pay attention to how much it was in store until I had to buy it in store one day. And it was like, instead of being like $50, in store, it was like $29.99. It was a ridiculous markup.
Get that, yeah.
And they don't really disclose that.
No, they're kind of shady.
You pay a delivery fee, a service fee, a gratuity, and an annual membership, plus your prices are not the same as in-store prices. You're paying triple the price. This is why this guy's cost went $414, because they just gouge.
They gouge. Crooks. There's a lot of fuckery in this era right now going on.
But I mean, they're
taking advantage of people and of things, and
Yeah, but there isn't. I mean, obviously there is inflation. Like
there's some, yes, for
like
sure.
Eggs, milk, bread.
Yes, it's pricier.
But you know what I was thinking
Even
about?
insurance out of nowhere went up.
know.
You just raised it on us.
California, especially.
Why? Why did California just raise it without letting us know? Like, we're just gonna raise it because why? Why?
Because of the fires. Because they lost so much money in the fires. All the insurance companies. That's why. They're making it. We're paying for it.
I had nothing to do with that.
I know. It's crazy. But you know what I was thinking about in terms of money, though? Obviously, we know that there's a lot of inflation. However, when you get older, you do lose sight of the cost of things. And I feel like I'm really getting old, because let me put it into perspective. Like when you're a kid, when you're younger, and like you'd get a little birthday card from a grandparent and they would give you like $5, like not very much money, right? They just give you like a little $5. I bet you the grandparent, to them, that $5 was like $50. They felt like that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So don't you feel like you're getting like that a little bit too? Like I have to stop and think, like when I went to pay for my hair, like it's expensive. And I'm like, gosh, it's so expensive. But then again, I've been getting my hair done with the same hairdresser for 20 years. So in my head, I'm thinking it should still be the same price. But obviously, it's been 20 years. The prices change.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so you kind of lose sight of how much things cost.
Yeah.
And you think that things are, that's so expensive, but they're really not, because in the current times, that's just how much things cost.
It's mind-boggling. Like what you just said about $5. We'll go back to McDonald's. Back when we were growing up, I believe it's $3.99.
$3.99 for a value meal.
2 Big Macs. No, remember they had the specials.
Oh,
2 Big Macs, large fries, and a Coke for $3.99.
Yeah.
So I knew if I had like $6, I can get a sundae as a dessert or a pie. I had it all calculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, gone are those days. Like, whoa. Or I was talking to a friend of mine, and we said, how about when candy bars were 25 cents, like a Snickers bar?
4 for $1. Yes.
I remember that.
Or the movie candies at like Target. used to be 10 for $10, like the Mike and Ike's, the hot tamales, the boxes. Because I know, because remember I told you a few episodes ago I was addicted to hot tamales. I would get 10 boxes, 10 for $10.
Damn.
How much is a candy bar now? I don't even know.
Like 2 something?
2 something for a candy bar?
Yeah. At Target. I have to look, but I thought I saw it was 2 something.
It's crazy to me how much fast food is. Like Chick-fil-A is like $20 a person.
Yeah.
It's like $20.
I feel like they're all gouging a little bit too. McDonald's got caught already. They got caught slipping, so they're trying to backpedal. So Wendy's did something different against them. Wendy's said, they offer something better, much cheaper, just to kind of stick it to McDonald's. Like, look, they're ripping you guys off.
I heard that maybe it's because of this backlash, but I heard that McDonald's is coming out with some sort of like cheap menu or something like that.
Yeah, of course. But you know what it is. They're trying to save face now. It's always till they get exposed and caught.
I wonder how much a Happy Meal is now. They used to be like $1.99 for a Happy Meal.
I know, right? You took them to McDonald's, I'm sure your kids.
My kids? Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yes. Of course. You know what I used to do? I don't know why.
What did you pay back then? Do you remember?
$1.99. Yeah. And then the 2 cheeseburger meal that I liked, either the 2 cheeseburger meal or the quarter pounder value meal.
Yes.
$2.99.
Yep. I remember that. Because I'd get that too.
You could feed a family of 4 for $20.
That's why my father used to take us to McDonald's. There's how many kids? All of us, once a week sometimes on a Saturday. I remember. Probably was like $40.
Do you remember McDonald's used to be a magical place, though?
It did.
It looked like a fun house.
Well, the one he took us to one in South San Francisco, and they had a
playground.
Yeah, had a playground one. Not all of them have that. And
they had the characters walking around sometimes. Now McDonald's looks all modern, and that doesn't look like a fun place.
A lot of them look dirty, janky.
Some of them don't look dirty. They look modern, actually.
Some look dirty. Like they're in a dirty area too.
It just depends on where it is, I guess. They're individually owned.
That's why of all those chains, I'd rather just do In-N-Out. Something about In-N-Out.
In-N-Out is delicious.
And they still make it affordable.
Is it affordable?
Yeah.
It's not too bad?
No. They didn't get too crazy with their prices.
To me, the most expensive fast food, I think, is Chick-fil-A. But Chick-fil-A is owned by McDonald's, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the reason I think this is just I could be wrong, but I think In-N-Out, the reason they're more affordable and they can sell cheaper is the volume that they do. Because when you buy a product, as a business, the more you buy something, cost per item.
And notice they keep their menu items to a minimum.
Yes.
That's very smart, cost-wise.
Yep.
All right, you guys, let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition, and we'll be right back. It is no secret to you guys by now how much I love my One Up Nutrition supplements. They are a part of my daily routine, from the Daily Cleanse and the Gut Health Plus that help keep my digestion on point, to their protein powders that I incorporate into so many different recipes. The ISO protein is very easy to digest and only 110 calories per scoop. The whey protein is delicious. The flavors are so good and always have little extra crunchy cookie pieces in them that just take the flavor to the next level. Their powders, like the Pure Rebuild and the pre-workout, are a staple in my daily workout routine. Their flavors are amazing. I'm alcohol-free these days, but I swear when I drink some of these flavors from One Up, I actually feel like I'm having a delicious mocktail. Their products are third-party tested, so you know what you're getting. They're made in the USA. If you use code Janine at checkout for a discount. That's JEANINE. Right, so let's get into some comment corner now. I have got a few comments. This one comes to us from Cindy B100. Cindy's a friend of show. Just came back from a vacation with a very overweight couple. Despite the fact that they were amazed by how fit and lean I am, they challenged me about every aspect of my eating. They were convinced they knew better about healthy eating. There is so much confusion out there about how to eat properly for your needs. Just because olive oil is healthy, if you pour half a bottle on your green beans for dinner, it's not going to help your body composition.
You know what I would have said to them? If some unhealthy ass couple try to talk to me about this, I'm be like, you guys, let's walk to the mirror.
Oh, no, you would not.
I'll tell them straight up.
To friends?
Yes. I got to break them down. But Or if it's a dude, I'm like, hey, homie, come here.
Take
Come
your
here.
shirt off.
Pull that shirt up. Let's see what you got under there. Let's see if you're chopped.
Oh, my goodness.
You don't know what you're talking about, homeboy. You got to let him know. I'm sorry, but sometimes you got to beat him down.
It's annoying. It does get very annoying. I do remember that we were in Colombia. We went to Colombia and they were a fit couple, actually. We were keto at the time. And, some people didn't understand keto, which is fine.
No.
But if you tell people, like, hey, look, I don't eat carbs or whatever, like, let it be.
Let it be.
He would not let up. The guy that was kind of like showing us around Colombia is a very fit guy, friend of a friend. So we didn't even know him personally. He didn't know us that well. He was very bothered by our diet choices and wouldn't let it go.
Almost raised up on him.
Yeah.
I was close. It's like this. If I go to a restaurant and we go to, we do eat out, and you bring me an alcohol menu, and just say, no thanks, I don't drink.
Yeah.
And then you try to push it back on me. My temperament's going to change. I just told you I don't drink.
Yeah, if you say no, that's it.
I said no.
That you
I don't have to say no twice.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I get that's when my blood starts boiling.
Right.
Like, don't do that. Don't push it.
Well, especially with alcohol.
People are very pushy and very controlling, and they're so concerned with what you're doing. And it's like, you're not the boss of me, homeboy, homegirl. Like, this is me. I'm in control of this, not you. You worry about you.
Because I don't care. I don't judge people for what they eat or what their food choices are. I would never say something.
But they do. They like to call it out on you too. I know that happened to you.
It happens a lot to me, actually.
And you need to chop them down and cut them up and let them know, like, nah, like, wish they did to me sometimes. The people
that I, when I'm around my people, like my normal people, it doesn't happen at all. But it's like, whenever I am around newer people, inevitably it becomes a topic of conversation. And it's the last thing I want to talk about.
So we don't hang around too many.
But that's what happens. See,
numbnuts.
You get your circle changes.
Yeah.
It just begins to change because people just don't understand. All right, moving on to the next comment. Shanna Banana 7390. You and Mike are beautiful people inside and out. Your content inspires me to actually take action and not just couch rot and only watch videos. I love couch rotting though sometimes. I was 220 last July and weighed 187 on Monday. I like the simplicity of your macro-friendly meals without the use of recipes that I never seem to have all the ingredients for. Or I buy them and never make them, if that makes sense. Yes, I do that all the time. I like that you don't label things as breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as that is just pressure. Who can stick to a schedule like that with work and kids, etc.? It's truly a judgment-free zone on all of your platforms. I've learned so much from both of you. I like the negative measuring trick on the food scale. Who knew that spoon added so many calories? The truth is, tracking everything I eat takes courage because it forces me to take ownership of my choices and actions. No excuses. I love how real and honest you are. So much bullshit out there. You are a ray of light. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, that's so true. Tracking forces you to be accountable for what you are eating.
Yes, it does. And you showed me that thing she just said on the scale.
The negative.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Much better.
Yeah. It's more accurate.
Yeah.
So when something is super calorie, a nut butter, you shouldn't measure a nut butter any other way except the negative method. So what the negative method is you put the scale out, you put the jar of nut butter on the scale, and you tear it to 0. Then you take out of the jar whatever serving size you're getting. So if it's 1 serving of peanut butter, it's like 32 grams. You take out 32 grams you take out peanut butter until it says negative 32 on the scale.
Yep.
That way, everything on that spoon is accounted for.
Yes, no free calories, y'all. Sorry. Listen, we don't make the rules, but we are the messengers.
Yeah. I like that. We don't make the rules, but we are the messengers.
Bingo.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? Lately, I have to say, I've been having some coach consults and some people calling that are YouTube subscribers, YouTube watchers, and they have been so kind and nice, but say such nice things about our videos and our content, and just they're so grateful for the value we provide. And lately, 3 different people, 3 back-to-back phone calls I had, commented on how funny you are. You are unintentionally funny, though. It's a different kind of humor.
I know. I wish I could like translate that into like stand-up comedy and be like a famous money-making comic. Like I go work for Joe Rogan or something. I don't have it like that. I just say shit and that comes in my mind.
It's just because you are who you are, and it's just it's just funny sometimes.
Like if you put me on a stage in front of people and you try to have me be funny,
you'd clam up.
I'd probably clam up.
Yeah,
I
think so.
I don't write jokes. I just say shit that comes to my mind.
I don't write jokes. I don't write jokes. Yeah. Anyways, I was so grateful. It made me feel, I don't know, just grateful for what we do. And we do work a lot. We spend a lot of hours working, but I know it sounds so cliche, but it could not be more true that when you do something that you truly love, it does not feel like work.
Yeah. And it's crazy because this was your fucking idea and I didn't want to do it. And here we are having fun with it years later.
Yeah.
I'm so anti.
I know. But I just, in general, not just the podcast, but just everything, working with clients. And
yeah.
I enjoy it. Like when I take a break or I go get my nails done or I run to the store, run some errands, like I'm ready to get back home and sit at my desk and work. And sometimes I wonder, like, do my clients think I'm crazy? Because like when they message me and I like message them right back, whether it's like 4:30 in the morning or, 2 p.m. or whatever, are they thinking like I have no life? I'm wondering what goes through their head sometimes.
Notice that you either on your laptop or your little Apple Mini or your home computer or your phone. We're always working. You always got a device.
Yeah, but it's usually at my desk. I spend most of my day on my computer at my desk or on the treadmill on my computer.
Yeah.
I'm not too much on the go and working too much because I'm not on the go too much.
And see, that's why I tell people, you got us. Thank goodness for devices. Like you got access to us all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what you pay for.
Yeah. Like one of my clients said to me today, man, poor guy. And I got to stop and think about this. Like, fuck. Do I fucking intimidate guys at the gym? This is what he said to me. I felt bad. And I gave him a piece of advice. He goes, yeah, I'm trying to get more into the gym thing, but I got a little bit of fear. I get like intimidated working out with the guys that are about it. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, man, everybody there is about it. We're all there for the same reason. Whether some of us are more intense, we're there to work out our mind and our body. So just go in there and work out. And just say what's up to them. A lot of gym guys are cool, actually. They're friendly. They might look a little intimidating because they have muscle, but furthest from the truth. A lot of dudes are cool. I smile a lot of dudes. I make friends in there all the time.
You have so many friends in the gym.
I try to be a people person to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to come off as this tattooed, brash dude. I might be intense when I'm working out, but I try to be friendly to people. Old people, young people, to everybody.
Yeah, you have a lot of friends in the gym for sure. You're like, oh, that's my friend. I'm like, he is? How do you know him? From here.
Exactly. But that's how I made a lot of friends at 24.
Yeah.
Think about it. How many connections I still got from that gym? From the one I met you
at. You know what I tell my clients about that? It's gym intimidation, basically. Yes, and we're going to get into working out on this episode, but is people that are there, they're worried about themselves.
Yes.
They're not thinking about you. They're not looking at you. They're really like focused on themselves, looking at themselves in the mirror.
Yes.
And on their machine, on their phone, whatever. They're not worried about you, so don't worry about them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told them.
Yeah. All right, you guys, let's take a little break for Transcend, and we'll be right back. When's the last time you switched your budget around? If you're spending cash on eating out and buying clothes, but you don't want to spend a bit on your health, what are you even doing? Every day, from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, you have a series of choices that will make or break you. The things you eat, your physical activity or lack thereof, your sleep, it all adds up. Personally, I care about what I put in my body, and I've found that it's hard to put a price on feeling like you're ready to take on the world every day. That's why I leverage the power of hormone optimization and fully customized peptide protocols from Transcend. If you're ready to take your health to the next level, head over to the link transcendcompany.com/ESCOElite and fill out an intake form today. Speaking of Transcend, I'm pretty happy with the tezofensine. I realized today, now it's my third or fourth day taking it, that it is a brain thing that happens. It's not a stomach thing. I was expecting it to be a stomach thing, like that I'd feel full, like a fullness and not wanting, like, oh, I can't eat, I'm full. It's not that. It just it changes something so that I'm not thinking about food.
Oh.
And it does. And when I read about it, it's something that
it kind of took you off the highway. This is the highway, and I'm thinking about food. Now it took you over here. Like, all right, like we're getting.
Well, it's just a hypothalamus medication, so it affects the hypothalamus. It affects your thoughts, and I didn't realize that because everything I've ever taken for appetite is very stimulant. It's very like it makes you nauseous a little bit, and it makes you feel like you're coming out of your skin.
Yeah.
This does not feel that way. But today I was working on all the BBC programs. And normally I would have contemplated, we have a big basket of snacks here in the studio, and I would have contemplated going over to the snack basket a few times. And I didn't even think about it until I was done kind of doing what I was doing. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, shoot, I'm due for a little snack. It was weird. I was like, wow, that must be the medication because I have food on my brain all the time. So I'm really happy with the tezofensine so far. And I do feel good energy. I'm probably going to conk out today, though, because I did not sleep very many hours last night. I just had so much on my mind with the BBC and knowing how many programs and macros and all of that I still had to do. And I'm kind of under the gun and all of that. So when I have something like that on my mind, I have a hard time sleeping. Too much work on my brain.
I know. Now, welcome to my world. I get up in the middle of the night, use the restroom, and I start thinking about all kinds of shit. Like, Mike, turn that goddamn brain off. Go to sleep.
Yeah. Do not let yourself start thinking because then you'll go one thing to the next, and then before you know it, you're like, how did I get here? You're on a completely different thought train.
Well, see, you didn't adhere to the program we do. You should have got the Kindle. Yes. Guys, invest in a Kindle or have a book with a book like read. If you wake up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, you can't go back to sleep, have a book nearby. Not your phone. Have a book.
No,
it'll put you right back to sleep.
I am reading a new book actually on my Kindle, and I wish I would have remembered to read it because it's so good. It's called The Housemaid. It's a trilogy. It's a psychological thriller. It's a trilogy, and this is book 1. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the book you got me.
Yeah, the Tim Grover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff. I just in my mind, I'm adapting what he's saying, like how champions are made. And it's not like they possess anything special. What they possess is they're relentless to be unstoppable. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of triggered me. Like, I want to be unstoppable. I want to be relentless. I have been relentless, but I want to be like more relentless. Like, I want to take this to another level myself.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah. I mean, you have
everything in life. I want to take business to another level, just level myself up in all areas. Master myself, not more knowledge, just become a weapon in my own mind.
Open your mind to learning new things.
Yes. Yeah. I think people have channel blocks.
Yeah, and we've talked about that for sure. That's the problem. Most people they limit themselves too much.
Too much. Way too much.
All right, we have one last comment. T. Piers 6934, listening to the podcast, and Mike is so funny. He's so like my husband, no messing around with his words. I wish I could do the BBC. We just can't at the minute, but would love some basic tips for beginners exercises if possible, as getting back into exercise. Have started tracking protein and calories, so fingers crossed. So that's where that comment actually triggered me to thinking, what a good topic to talk about, like beginners' tips for exercising. And it was interesting that I read that comment right after I had left my Orange Theory class, and it wasn't a typical Orange Theory class. It was a lifting class, Strength 50 class, and basically it was upper body for an hour. And I had a very good workout. Hypertrophy, lifted heavy, went almost to failure, which we're going to get into that. But I looked around the room and I thought, all of the people in this room have the same workout as I do. I didn't see anyone else have a good workout.
No.
And that just goes to show you, it's not about the workout you do, it's how you perform the workout. We all had the same workout, the same instructions from the instructor, but I saw people picking the wrong weights.
Too heavy or too light? Or
both.
What? Both.
Both.
Too light because they're trying to cruise and just get through it.
Yep.
Too heavy trying to ego
Bad
lift.
form. Mm-hmm.
Bad form, yes.
Mm-hmm. So I literally, and I usually don't do that. I'm very much in my bubble when it comes to working out and anything really. But I just decided to kind of like look around because I saw this girl next to me. She was a pretty small girl, and it was a bent over row, and she had the same weight I did, and she was like a thin girl. I thought, wow, she's going to be able to do that. It was a 35-pound dumbbell. And single arm, bent over single arm, low row.
Yep.
And she did I thought she was going to tear her trap or her shoulder out of the sock. I mean, her form was all over the place. I wanted to so badly my trainer side came out, and I wanted to like say, hey, you know what? Let's get a different weight and let's work on form and, straighten out your back. And
yes. She was hunchback?
Oh, it was so bad. And she was like straining her neck like this.
Oh, forward neck.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And it just made me realize like, wow, I actually think that it's not a bad idea if you are brand new to the gym, you're working out in a gym, that you pay for a couple of sessions from a personal trainer, not for personal training necessarily, but for guidance on how to do proper form and how to do each exercise that you plan on doing in your workout.
I agree. One, so you don't injure yourself.
Yeah.
Two, so you don't build bad habits, because those habits will follow you later on down the line.
They do.
Because what? Your brain knows bad habits. It goes back to that. It goes back to what it knows. Mm-hmm. So I picked up bad habits early on as a young kid, ego lifting. Mm-hmm. I had to pay the price for it. I feel like I still do. I still got a kind of messed up shoulder. So, you want to be with the professional that can guide you the right way.
Yeah.
Instead of you trying to guess and figure out. Then you're going to see no progress.
Right.
Or you're going to hurt yourself, and then you're going to quit and give it up altogether.
Life is busy, and when I get busy and don't have time to meal prep, I reach into my freezer and grab a MegaFit Meals. MegaFit Meals are a macro-friendly meal prep, no subscription required, real quality ingredients. They switch up the menu. You guys, I love them. Their chicken tenders, the margarita pizza, the chicken quesadillas. I mean, this food sounds indulgent, but guess what? It fits right into your macros. Head over to their website, and don't you forget to use code JEANINE. That's code Janine for a discount. So if you are a beginner, though, and let's say a budget, what I would recommend is to use machines, not dumbbells or barbells and dumbbells, because there's a lot more room for form errors and injury.
Yes.
The machines are going to kind of keep you in line pretty well. And each machine will have instructions on the machine that will say how to do the exercise. Not only that, it will highlight the muscle that the machine is intended for. And that's an important part that I think a lot of beginners miss. You should always know specifically what muscles you're targeting, because that will help with the mind and muscle connection.
Yes. Like, why am I doing a standing arm curl?
Yeah.
What are we targeting?
The biceps. So even touch the bicep, like engage it a little bit, flex it, and then think about it as you're doing the exercise. And then you want to do, if your workout goal is to gain muscle, which many people, that's what it usually is a lot of times, for gaining muscle, then you want to go until 1 to 2 reps before failure. So those last 3 reps or so should be really difficult, but you should be able to, you stop right before you have like 2 left in the tank. You stop at that point when you have 2 left in the tank. And that is going to be the best way to gain muscle, to grow your muscle.
Yeah, true.
And you can do it however many reps it takes, but until you have that 2 in the tank.
The only ones that go past are bodybuilders, and that's where you get hurt. A la me, I've done that. Where I'm should have stopped, and I kept going.
Well,
pressing.
they say,
you're
though,
forcing the reps.
Current studies show that when you go to failure on your earlier sets, it compromises the quality of the remaining sets.
I believe it.
So if you want to go till failure, you could go till failure on your last set to finish it off.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to if you're going to go to failure on your very first set, then sets 2, 3, and 4 are shot. Now you didn't get much out of that. But if you leave a couple in the tank with each set until you get to your last set and go till failure, you're going to have more success that way. You're going to have a better, more effective workout.
True.
Also, allow yourself adequate rest.
In between sets?
When you're trying to build muscle, you want those sets to be quality.
Yeah, you want anywhere from 90 seconds to a minute.
Yeah,
120
to 2 minutes.
seconds.
Yeah. Don't rush through to the next thing. And I'm not a fan for building muscle. I'm not a fan of circuit training. It's more of like cardio-ish vibes, to be honest, because there's not an adequate amount of recovery time to get the maximum benefit. By the time you're on like the 4th exercise, 5th exercise, you're not really benefiting from those exercises for muscle growth. That's what we're talking about, muscle growth. What are some other tips for beginners, would you say?
Machines, slow and controlled.
Yes.
Very slow and controlled. Don't go in a hurry. I see beginners going too fast. Slow.
They're trying to get through the reps.
Down.
Yeah.
Slow down. Mm-hmm. You can't handle the weight, go lighter. Don't worry about what people are not looking at you. They're not worrying about, oh, that person looks weak. They're not lifting heavy now.
Yeah.
Man, I curl 20-pound dumbbells. I go slow.
Yeah.
People probably look at me like I should be curling 50 pounds. For what? 20.
That's actually
slow.
a good tip for people who are limited in equipment. So maybe you don't have a lot of dumbbells, like weights wise, and maybe it's easy for you to do the 10-pound bicep curl and you don't have a 12 and you have a 15, but you're not ready for the 15 yet. Just do the 10, but very slowly. It's a lot more difficult. And you do that 10-pound bicep curl until you're 2 reps away from failure. So it might take you more reps because that weight is lighter for you. But if you do it slowly, you'll be surprised at how difficult it actually is.
Way different. You'll see guys jacking up 30, 40-pound dumbbells on bicep curls, and they're swinging the hell out of it. And we're like, all right, try to do that. Let's try to isolate it now. Let's see if you go slow and control. They can't do it. Go down to 30, it can't do it. Like, you're way off.
Yeah, then it's not the right weight.
You should be down to like a 20.
Yeah.
But in their head, they think they have to. See, here's where they get lost in the sauce. Because what do you think about when you hear hypertrophy, what do you think about? Heavier weight, right? I must lift heavier weight to grow. That's true in a sense. But if you can't control that said weight and your form of technique is shot, then what are you getting out of it? You might be pushing it and swinging it, but what are you really getting out of it? Are you really working the muscle?
You're not. That's for...
You're pushing it.
And heavier weights is really more for strength.
Yes.
Her hypertrophy is...
Muscle growth.
Muscle growth.
Yes.
The lifting really heavy, like a lot of sets, that's for strength. A lot of sets, that's for strength.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to... Now, if you're trying to deadlift and go crazy and throw your whole back out with horrible form, which I see a lot. Are you trying to power lift, strength train? What is your goal? What's your end goal? When I deadlift, I'm working my whole kinetic chain.
The compound.
I'm engaging my glutes, my hips. Yes, I feel every rep. Not just trying to yank that weight up and hurt myself.
I mean, that's the biggest takeaway I would say from that is slow down, take your time, start really light. If you're a beginner, start with no weight at all. Make sure you have the form down. Work out in front of a mirror. If you don't have anybody to help you, work out in front of a mirror or film yourself. You might think that your form is good until you watch it back.
Yes.
Film yourself. Get a little tripod and look at your form. Another
tip is I always like body weight movements. Like if you don't know how to squat, learn to squat without weight. Learn on just your body alone. Learn to squat and come up without weights. Learn that first. Push-up, for ladies, start with your knees because a lot of ladies cannot do push-ups on their own yet. Start slow. Start on your knees. That's okay.
Yeah.
You'll progress. I promise you.
Exactly.
But a lot of people want to jump straight into things, and it's like you're not ready for that.
Yeah, body weight. Also, band work is good when you're first kind of like getting started. And then you can start with light weights, but as long as your form has to be on point. You can never, ever sacrifice form.
No.
Get a workout partner. That can help too.
Yes. Yes. Maybe someone with a little more experience. But again, be careful who you take advice from because they might not know what they're talking about. There's a lot of gym pros that don't have the expertise, don't have the background, don't have nothing, no credentials. That's why, again, not to be a dick, but I'll call you out if you think you know. Like, okay, show me. What's your experience? What did you do? Did you do this for a little? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Careful, again, who you take your advice from.
Yeah, that's very true. Because, again, just like with nutrition, there's a lot of bad information out there.
Bingo.
There's just a lot of really bad information.
I mean, I was your personal trainer, and I fixed your little things that was wrong with you. You had bad shoulder, you had bad posture, lower back issues.
I had horrible lower back pain.
Your shoulders were going forward. I was like, this girl has hunched shoulders.
Yeah, I had bad posture.
Yeah.
I had no back muscles. Now my back muscles are like the most noticeable, I would say.
You know why? Thinking back now, why you had that? Because your job.
Yeah, at a desk.
You're like this a lot. And then a lot of people are like this over desk. So be aware that if you're on your computer a lot, try to get up and just stretch out. Even get some light bands and find like a pole or something and just pull them back if you have bad posture slowly to open yourself up. You want to open up your chest cavity.
Yeah, don't let it stay like that because you'll end up staying like that.
Yes, you become stiff. That's why I got into like boxing and kickboxing, so I wouldn't be so stiff, muscle bound.
So I think that the other thing is people, there's a lot. That's a lot of information, right? So
yes.
But there's ways. If you open your mind up, there's lots of resources in order to properly lift weights. But don't let the confusion and the fear scare you into just doing cardio.
No.
Because that is not going to benefit you, especially my ladies that are in menopause, postmenopausal women. Strength training is going to keep you out of the nursing home. You understand? It is.
Yes.
It is
off the walker.
Crucial, critical. What did I say the other day on the live DEFCON 9?
Yes.
It's very important. So you should not, if you take a look at how many hours you exercise and your cardio hours are more than your strength training or weightlifting hours, your gym hours, you need to swap that.
Swap it.
Swap it. In fact, I mean, just a step goal plus a good weightlifting regimen is sufficient. Yeah. It really is.
Hey, listen, check this out. I showed it to you, briefly glanced over, but I was showing this lady that she inspires me. She's 74 years old. Her name's Mary. And she was doing a deadlift. I think it was like 315 or 300. And she was just like, oh, she did it. And like everybody's clapping like in the background. She just dropped and like shook her head like, look at that. I'm 74 years old. Again, she chose.
Is it the one that her mom is also in her videos a lot?
I think so.
And her mom is 92.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
So she's basically sending you a message like, look, ladies, you ain't got to be in a nursing home or use a walker. My father has to use a walker. Yeah, he has some medical stuff. He's 76. So he has to use a walker, bad back. Unfortunately, my dad's never going to recover because of what he went through. But I don't want to be like that. I want to be strong as fuck in my 70s. I want to be an upright chest, badass. Like, watch this. I'm going to show you what a 70-year-old man's going to look like. A lot different than yesterday's 70-year-old man. We're gonna change that.
I agree.
I have it in my mind, or we're going to change that. We're going to be a new breed of 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then the people below us is going to be even a better breed of 70, 80-years-olds.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking crazy. 100-year-olds will be looking jacked.
Yeah, well, because it just changes, evolving. Right, per decade. It's like, because I think when I was in my 40s, I inspired the people in their 30s, like, oh, okay, like you could look like that in your 40s. And then now, I'm approaching 50s and I'll be the best version of 50. And it's not going to change. We'll still be the best version of 60, 70, 80. I mean, that's the goal. And how do we do that? By implementing all of these healthy lifestyle, modifications. But when it comes to working out, don't just tick the box to get it done. Say, oh yeah, I work out.
No, don't do that. Or
don't waste your time.
Don't go hire a trainer thinking like, oh, I hired a trainer and I'm going to be instantly successful, or a nutrition coach or online coach. You got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. We ain't magicians. We ain't going to be there following you and watching everything. You got to put the work in. You got to be disciplined to do it.
You have to be intentional.
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to think about when you're going to do your workout, whether it's in your garage, whether it's at home, whether you're walking into a gym. I want you to think about, I'm about to have a really great workout. Like, it is going to be good. I'm going to pay attention. Because if your mind goes elsewhere, you're on your phone or whatever, you're not going to have a good workout.
No, forget it.
That's why I really enjoy the Orange Theory strength
your phone down.
Workouts, because you can't be on your phone.
Yep.
So it's literally
excellent.
An hour of dedicated. I'm just focused on it. Do I have a heavy enough weight in my hand? How's my form? Like, I'm just dialed in. And I couldn't, get on my phone if I wanted to because they don't allow the phone. So it's perfect.
No, I'm the same. I'll play the music and I get lost in my own thoughts. And like you said, I have an intention and attack, and I got a good one in today. And again, Friday's end of week, I'm a little tired. That gym's like a sauna. The AC's not working. But you know what? So I'm going to have myself a good workout. Why? Because I can. I'm doing it for the people that can't, because I get to. And I told myself today, Mike, remember when you're in the hospital bed and you wish you can go back to the gym? Yeah. I have to remind myself that after my stroke, like how scared I was. Like, am I ever going to get to work out like I used to? So after I get to work out.
Yeah, remember that. That's important.
I do. Somebody sent me a message like, man, it's good to see you. A friend of mine sent me a message that, good to see you, man. You're doing your thing. You look healthy. You look strong. You bounce back like a champ. I go, because I set my mind to it. told myself I wasn't going to be no victim.
Yeah. I mean, if you are able-bodied and you do not have exercise, and what I mean by exercise, I mean lifting weights. If lifting weights is not part of your regular routine, your life, you need to change that. You need to change that now.
Yeah. Find something. Yoga, something that you can do, but lifting weights is very important. Mm-hmm. It builds a strong body, and it's going to help you in your older years. When you need to carry something, lift something, bend down and pick something up.
Get out of a chair.
Walk
up a flight of stairs.
Look. I see old people struggling to get into and out of a car.
Big time.
Just that alone.
Yeah.
Or they sit down and they have a hard time getting up.
You know why? Because you need muscles to do that.
You do. You need muscles in those legs.
You need muscles. You need muscles in everything, your core, everything. You know, if anything, a good starting point would be just like get up every day and do a plank. Do a plank.
That's a good
every
one.
morning, do a plank.
That is a good one.
That's going to be total body, your core. You cannot do anything without a strong core. Strong core is the basis for many of the exercises you're going to do in a gym.
Yep.
So, you know, you could start with, you don't need any, guess what? You don't need any equipment. You could get right on the side of your bed in a hotel room, do a plank.
Yes.
See how long you can hold it. Challenge yourself to hold it longer every day. Challenge yourself, make little challenges, and you're going to get better and better. And that's how you're going to get stronger. That's how you're going to get fit. That's how you're going to get more confidence in the gym to learn more, do better, grow more muscle. And then it just kind of builds from there.
You're right about that.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. And we will see you next one.
Yes, we will.